I have a young lady on the phone with me. She's a reverend out of L.A., California. She wanted to come on and introduce herself. You can introduce yourself now.
I wanted to say, I'm a white American. I'm a white woman, and I have a lot of privilege in the world that my women of color colleagues do not have. And for that,
Correct?
they suffer where I don't.
Absolutely.
Like, I had a difficult birth giving process, but I was in a really nice hospital with health insurance and all kinds of things.
Okay.
In fact, Jane Seymour's OBGYN is who assisted in my C-section. So the fact is, Black women, women of color do not get that kind of care in general. And when they complain about pain and so forth, it goes all the way back to slavery. Like the reason why we can't ask for forgiveness from our Black brothers and sisters over slavery is because we have not yet dealt with all of the underpinnings of privilege that slavery still affords us today.
Facts.
Including generational wealth, including what we think of Black people, including the kind of cultural mythologies that get into our brains and make us react quickly against Black people, even if we don't in our hearts feel that way. Our culture has surrounded us with the idea that black men especially are very dangerous and need to be, killed before they kill us.
Okay.
And why was that? Because honestly, if you were enslaved and you saw a way to get free, you would be dangerous to somebody trying to kill you too, because they're fighting for their lives. But we don't think of it that way. We just don't. We don't look into the abyss of our history.
It was a delight listening to a white woman break this down the way you have did. More of your fellow white people need to adhere to the words that you just spoke. You spoke those words very truthfully and honest. This is what we are all about here on my platform.
Absolutely.
It is going to be a very difficult task to get a large majority of white people to get on board with this. White people have been so mentally disturbed having white privilege all of their lives.
Yeah.
And they don't want to give it up. White privilege is a drug. And those of you who have drug addicts in your family, you should know that this is one of the most hardest addictions to give up.
Right.
I mean, white privilege has to be a subject in school. Young white boys who are in denial as to their white privilege.
Absolutely. So 100%. I know that this is what I know when I'm all like heated up and talking about something. I know you know more about it than I do usually, but you are one of the smartest guys in the room, no matter what you say. As white Americans, as a Christian personally, that reparations aren't enough. It has to be systemic change, and systemic change is hard to do. We're trying to do it in my church right now, not just my personal congregation, but in our regional body. And it's extraordinary how much pushback we're getting, even among people who are not racist in their hearts.
Once again, I want to thank you for blessing me with your words. Is there any way anyone who wants to speak with you can get in touch with you?
I'm at sandy.richards on Twitter. That's Sandy with an IE. And follow me so I can follow you back.
My family, there you has it. This is a white woman bearing receipts that you can change. Now, I don't know where her heart is, but I heard what come out of her mouth. She is enjoying white privilege, a privilege that we as Black people have not enjoyed. So I have to take her on her word.